President, I'd like to request that the minutes show that all 7 of the directors were present and that the vote was unanimous.
Thank you. Okay, Stonehenge Clubhouse interior renovations, construction documents, bid package. This is a PR. Again, this is dealing with what's up here on the board. $45,000. Do I have a motion for that?
Mr. President, before I make that motion, I'd like to, pleased to announce that yesterday in the executive session of the board approved a major capital projects committee made up of 5 of our resident members. Mr. Weber will be the staff liaison to that committee, and I will be the board liaison for that committee. That committee will be charged with taking all the board-approved projects of $100,000 or more, working with the staff and the stakeholders in ensuring that we get, quite frankly, our biggest bang for the buck on design and implementation of those major projects. So I'm really happy to announce that. So in conjunction with that, I make a motion to approve $45,000 for the Stonehenge Clubhouse interior renovation, construction documents, bid package, and construction administration, pending the review of the contract on that by the major capital projects committee.
Can I have a second on that motion?
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion?
Mr. President, I would like to add that Bruce and I did the interviews of the individuals that expressed an interest, and this is now the second time that we have gone to the community for volunteers to participate in major committees. We were fortunate to have, I think, 16 folks volunteer to help with food and beverage, and we had 8 folks that stepped forward to help with the project review committee. This is something that we stressed last fall, that we wanted to have more community participation in the decision-making process. They will be advisory to the board, but we were very impressed with the qualifications of the individuals that stepped forward.
Thank you. Can I, all those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Vehicles. Vehicle for sewer division. There are 2 of them on here. Bruce.
Good morning. I have 2 purchase requests. The first one is for a new 2019 Ford F-150 4x4 pickup truck for the sewer department's collection system supervisor in the amount of $34,240, which is $3,760 under budget. The second one is for a fairly new Vacon jetter truck, 2009 Vacon jetter truck, to replace a 1998 Vacon jetter truck that we've had for the last 10 years. It's for $165,510, which is $15,510 over budget. But once again, it has very few hours on it. So it's a critical piece of equipment that we need on a daily basis to do a number of different activities, including any sewer spills, cleaning up any sewer spills. So the Vacon now has given us maintenance issues, and it's time to be replaced.
I think this Vacon truck, we've all seen it around, but none of us know what it is. It's a big red thing with a hose on the front. That's a layman's explanation.
Pretty much. Yeah, we use it to maintain the sewers. We help out the other departments with it. The golf division, roads and bridges division, cleaning out storm drains, that type of stuff. But it's basically, the primary purpose is to clean up sewer spills from breaks in the sewer lines and maintain the sewer system. So,
Okay, thank you, Bruce.
yes,
Can I have a motion for vehicle for sewer? Oh, I'm sorry.
I haven't bought a new vehicle in some time, but why do we have to have a fairly new vehicle for the bosses to ride around in?
Talking about the pickup
The
truck.
pickup truck?
34,000.
Go ahead, Bruce.
I never had a pickup.
Well, the pickup trucks actually last about 10 or 15 years, so the sewer department does not replace vehicles very often. I'm driving a used one that we purchase used, but in this case, it makes more sense to get a new pickup truck that will last 10 years. The sewer collection supervisor, the collection system supervisor's primary responsibility is to be out in the collection system. So a reliable form of transportation is absolutely necessary for him to do his daily job.
And in general, throughout the community, whenever we have a position that is going to be using a truck an awful lot, put a lot of miles on it, we typically will buy new. If we have somebody that is not going to put a lot of miles on the truck, then we will buy used. So we try and figure out the best deal for the position. So it varies.
Seems like a 1-year-old or 2-year-old would do the job for a long time.
Well, I have two vehicles. I have a brand new one, which I don't put any money in. I also have a truck that's 13 years old, and I spend probably 3 times more on that truck a month than I do on my new vehicle. So it's, it's just, it is what it is.
Well, you bought a relic.
Okay, Bruce, thank you.
I think there's another
More
question.
questions?
Another question, yes, I'm sorry.
How much would a new background truck cost?
$750 to $1 million.
That would be great.
Used definitely makes more sense. That's the typical evaluation we go through with every vehicle.
Has John Conrad ever driven?
Nobody's taking a tour of it.
Yeah, there's going to be a tour though, I'm sure.
I was thinking of using a shop vac from Lowe's to the
You have your tour.
Thank you, Bruce. All right, can I have a motion to purchase a vehicle that's $34,240 for the sewer division?
I'll make that motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion for a VACCOM jetter truck for the sewer division, $165,510?
I so move.
Second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion?
Mr. President,
Yes.
this might be a good time to point out, as we've done before, that we probably met with Bruce 45 minutes yesterday to go into these requests in great detail and discussed them. That's also open to the public. So, although it might give the appearance that we kind of are acting cavalierly this morning and adopting these motions, nothing to be further from the chair.
No, that's true. That is definitely true. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, new Diamond Bright pool surface for the CCC and resurface pool deck for the CCC.
Yes, sir. I have 2 purchase requests for the community center. One of them is to resurface the interior, the inside pool. It has not been resurfaced since it's been installed. It's 11 years old, and this is scheduled.
Why don't you turn that off? Go ahead and turn that mic off. You've got a strong voice.
I've got a metal plate on it.
We've always wondered what.
I'm trying to get it replaced.
That explains everything.
I talked to John about it. So this is resurfacing the entire pool surface inside. This work is scheduled in August. The other 2 pools will still be open to accommodate operations. The second one is resurface the pool deck itself. Normally we do normal scheduled maintenance, we paint that pool deck, and there's rubber mats out there. This new deck that they're putting down is a rubber surface that will be put down on the pool deck. The old deck will be prepped and the rubber surface will be put down. This will help prevent slip and falls. It'll last much longer. It'll prevent annual painting of the pool deck. These 2 jobs will be done while the pool is shut down in August. And both of them are budgeted in this year's budget. Both of them are under budget. Is there any questions?
And what are we talking, yesterday we were talking, what, 6 to 8 weeks possibly downtime?
4 to 6.
4 to 6?
4 to 6, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion for the new Diamond Bright pool surface, $57,250?
I so move.
Can I have a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion to resurface the pool deck, $42,183?
You may have that motion, but I just want to add to what Sam said, that we have been informed that the pool deck has a longevity, a safety factor, and should anything need repair on that pool deck, if you'll need to replace the entire pool deck. Oh, it might be. Yeah, it could be. You don't need to replace the entire pool deck, you only can cut out like a square on that deck and replace that square, and so it will last much longer than just painting that surface. And so therefore, I move that we approve resurfacing the pool deck at the CCC for $42,183.
Can I have a second on that?
I'll second that motion.
Any further discussion?
I'd just like to add to what Phil said. This is another topic that we talked at length about yesterday. So if y'all are interested in the details of those discussions, Wednesday morning is a great time to come and listen to the discussions before we come here. So I totally support what Phil says. This isn't done in any cavalier manner. It's a lot of detail went into this discussion.
Thank you. All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, Fairfield Glade Resident Services, Pat.
Home. Well, you know, you're getting old if they discontinue your blood type. And I have a dartboard in my basement with a picture of John Conrad on it.
You're my kind of guy.
First and foremost, you know, my sort of passion to plead to everybody at the last board meeting really paid off. We got a whole bunch of volunteers to come forth and really help us out with our home delivered meals and other programs, and I want to thank both newspapers for putting articles. But it was, seriously, thanks to those volunteers. A couple important announcements. FGRS is humming along, but these are some things I just wanted to quickly bring up. We have a wildlife calendar that will be published in conjunction with our concert in August. Now this FGRS wildlife calendar has been hunted by Mary Neeson back here, but we have a closing date on our pictures, and we have some extremely talented people, photographers, living in the Glade, along with artists. And I don't know if you've seen some of these pictures on Facebook of some of our wildlife, but it's phenomenal. But anyway, the closing date for those prints is May 1st. It's next week. And you have to bring an 8x10 color print in and sign off for the release. The calendars, there will be 250 of them put together, and if we sell them out, we'll probably run another 250, right, Mary? And Mary's done a great job. God love her. She's fantastic. Let's give her a hand. Comedy night, May 16th. Tickets are going very quickly. We only can have 400 and some odd people in the community center, so get out, get your tickets. Just to mention, Wine on the Plateau, again, not to be redundant, but Rotary is a partner of FGRS. They help us in so many things. So if you're not doing anything, 2 to 4, pop over to the community center and Wine on the Plateau. Also, again, this Music and Memory program that we partner with Rotary, on Thursday, May 2nd at the Grinder House, there's only 6 tickets left. It's a limited attendance, but there will be some well-known musicians from not only Crossville, but Nashville. It's $20 a ticket. It goes from 6 to 8:15 15, and it's on Music and Memory. And Music and Memory is a new program that we're really going after, because we're finding out it really helps our elderly residents. Way to go, Travel Group. Our car group will have their annual meeting here today from 1 to 4. Thursday, May 2nd, just file this one away. From 11 to 12, it's National Day of Prayer. It'll be down at the St. George Marina, and it was extremely successful last year, and we're hoping for good weather. At any rate, May 2nd, 11 to 12 at the St. George Marina. And in closing, most of you here, I'm sure you board members have said this to me, know that I'm a deep thinker. No, I'm kidding, folks. I really don't remember saying I'm a man. I'm going to leave this with you. How do you know which armrest is yours when you go to the movie theater? Think about it. Any questions? Not at all, huh? Okay.
Thank you, as always, Pat. Comments from the floor. If you have some comments, if you come up to the podium, introduce yourself. Give you a few minutes.
You know me. I'm Diana Brown, and I live at 10 Fontes Terrace.
Thank you.
When I was a teacher, they said, start parent-teacher conferences with the good, then go into the bad. So here's the good. I'd like to start with the two most important things about the Glade, and that is our natural beauty and our caring residents. Where else could you go and get meals delivered and transportation free? With volunteers, but from a minimal charge. But to bury our head in the sand and say that there are no problems is very foolish. We can choose to ignore them and say, oh well, that's the way it is. We lost money, that's the way it goes. There's nothing we can do about it. RV has pointed out the need for, that's residents' voice, pointed out the need for transparency and communication between the board and the residents, and we've made some headway. To their credit, the board set up open-air meetings. The format allowed residents to voice their concerns and hear the concerns of the other residents, like the ambulance and that with the water situation. If you don't have a problem, you just merely passed and listened and go on. Some new residents were really interested in what's going on around here because that was their way of finding out. But once again, the board decided to change what was working into something that doesn't work. Have you ever heard the saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it? They held us, they made a meeting and they changed the format, and they held us in the hallway like in a doctor's office until our number was called. No one heard the concerns of the other residents, and the press was more or less shut out except for the comments of residents as they waited their turn in the hallway like a bunch of cattle. I personally think they didn't want us to hear each other's concerns. We received no feedback like we would have if we had gathered together from these sessions. Then when residents voiced their opinion on the new format, someone on the board had the audacity to say, we were there only for entertainment and it was the board's meeting, so it was the board's rules. If I wanted to be entertained, I'd go to the Palace or the Playhouse. Maybe this is the board's way of shutting down these meetings. After they made headway, now they're shutting them down because they went from 30 in attendance to 4. This new format is not an open-air meeting, but a closed door. I want to thank RV for trying to make our community a better place. They meet at 1 o'clock on the third Thursday of each month. Please come. We promise not to give you a number and not to make you wait in the hallway.
Thank you. Anybody on the board would like to comment?
I'd like to make a comment. I'd like to congratulate Misty Calloway on her marriage last week.
I made your faux pas. I forgot to mention, we have a bake sale coming up on Friday, May 3rd. I'm getting a lot of trouble with the women in our room. So anyway, you'll be in the mall. I think it's like from 7 to 1. Come on and get your goodies. Thanks.
Okay, any other remarks from the board? Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? We're adjourned. Thank you.